alarm gonna vibrate.
Nope.
Close the door.
Nope. Who the heck is that?
Where's the booster? Wrong. What'd you do with the booster?
I got a booster right here, but that just says
joking around.
I'm in the throat.
I'm not capable of mom.
You gonna throw that
I don't really eat Brussels sprouts. I don't know how to properly cook Brussels sprouts.
Now we gotta change the settings again. We got audio. I don't do change it to 10.
I know, but it just still doesn't come out the same. Like I cook some bomb cabbage, but I don't.
One microphone's about to be dead. I'm not making it easy for you to get out either. Cause this is gonna be on camera, so I'm gonna like tell you not to go. So you just to like crawl over me and shit. Alright, we are live. You better go under the tent. We are live. Limbo. Don't go under the tent. Yeah, I'd be easier going over than under the tent. The original one or the remake? I don't know. I never watched either.
And hello and welcome. And hello and welcome to the show. Is that better? I gotta keep it away from me a little bit then, because I got a natural loud voice. Welcome, guys. We are at the Rock Comedy Show award ceremony. Well, pre-award ceremony. I have the lovely LillieAnne, the sometimes presentable one eye. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I love one eye. One eye's here, and we got Geno here. Two bald head ass niggas, and then we also have the real swole neck man of the hour, the man that has brought us all here, the man that is now caressing my back, man. Pause. Mr. Rug. Look, man, my girl watching this. She don't play that. So
You want your cornbread?
listen, you can caress me on camera. Y'all seen that, right? What's it called? We are here to talk about our award ceremony. Yeah, cut the music, DJ. Okay, all right. Introduce them first. I introduced you, Geno. How you doing, Geno? How you doing today?
Izzy, how are you?
You doing great? What about you, LillieAnne?
I'm good and I'm hungry.
You hungry? Mm-hmm. What about you, One Eye? Uno Ojo?
I'm great.
He's doing great. What about you, Miss Brock? How you feeling today?
I'm alright, I'm alright. Glad we finally here.
That's 'cause he ate.
Okay. What?
Actually, I'm
Yeah, he did. I seen him bring his food. He ain't bring a sandwich for nobody else. Not a piece of lettuce. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. We got a lot of stuff to talk about anyway right now. We got to talk about our finalists. We have to talk about the list of comedians that we had for season 3. Parkway edition is coming up. We also have to talk about a couple questions that I have for you guys. I do have a couple questions for you guys, and I'm gonna go around the table and make sure I ask it to everybody. All right. But beforehand, we did have some amazing comedians for season 3. Did we not?
Yes, sir.
Yep. We had 10 episodes, around like 20, 26 comments. I know there was a couple repeats.
Yeah.
Some of those names include Jimmy Giles, Trip Callahan, One Eye, Josh Rittenauer, Peaches, Chevy, I Holla, Lena Kenny, Samantha Bentley, Geno, my man right here, Marcus Martin, Terry Jones, Joe S., Christy Costa, LillieAnne, formerly known as Lillian Cannon, David Frog Bay, Ricky Shackelford, Skywalker, Jay Cooper, Asher O'Brien, Terry King, Rockstar Rowe, Blair Parker, Joe Rodriguez, Ed Bailey, and Tenacity. Man, that's a lot of names, isn't it?
So,
Yeah, I got all that through too,
Now-
with only a
now-
little bit of stuttering.
Now the crazy part is, how many did we start with?
That is a crazy
No,
part.
no,
How many we start
knocked out
with?
Season 1 with what? 13, 14 comics? 6 episodes?
Yeah, it started out with 6 episodes for the first like 2 seasons, wasn't it? 6, 7 episodes. That was pretty good. It's a pretty good list though, man. Like,
Growth is good.
Growth
yeah,
is really
we're
good.
getting bigger. We're getting bigger and better with each season. Don't you feel, Geno?
I do.
You do. What about you, One Eye? How do you feel about the comedians that we had all throughout the year?
Well, there, this was a great season. Great season. 10 episodes, 25 comics. I did 6 episodes myself.
Okay.
Okay. Since you go in there, since you open up the can of worms, why did you have to perform multiple times on the Rock Comedy Show? Tell them why.
Bunch of no-call, no-shows like every other job.
Mm-hmm. What's that like? What's that? You know what I mean? You know, always having to put on a cape and save the day.
Oh, wow. That's what I tried to do sometimes, show up, try to be funny, 15 minutes every episode, so that's 90 minutes worth of material.
90 minutes worth of material. Shoot. I know for me personally, I feel like that each comedian did their thing, you know what I mean? Some were better than others, but that's just how it all goes in comedy, period, you know what I mean? Each comedian definitely put their time in. Some were definitely better than others, and which brings me to my next question, which is... locked into my phone, and I gotta show my face.
You got locked out of
That's why old school, you write it on a piece of paper.
Look, man, I don't.
Right.
I
That's
had no
old
paper.
school.
It was my phone or my hand. That was the only 2
whatever.
options I came up with in my head. My question though to everybody is, what does it take to be a part of the Rock Comedy Show, guys? What do you feel like it takes to be good comedian in a rock comedy show?
That first. I'll go last.
A good comedian on a rock comedy show, because we had comedians on a rock comedy show, but as a good comedian on a rock comedy show, which I think it take. We'll start with you, LillieAnne.
Oh, hot spot.
Oh, hey, I don't never mind.
Yeah.
I'm
Hot
a
chili
confident
pepper.
plus size black woman. I'm always on the hot spot. Anyway. Well, I mean, you know what? It just takes a drive. Like I don't want to get too deep about it, but it just got to be something you want to do. Because when you say a good comedian, like every set ain't good. Okay.
So what do you think?
So, but the determination got to be there. Like I'm gonna make this happen, and I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm gonna keep at it.
Okay.
I always got to plug. My first set on the rock comedy, I got bumped from finishing. Right, I got bumped from closing the show. Right.
You don't point no fingers on whose decision that was.
You know what I'm saying? I got bumped.
I don't think it was me.
I had that one coming.
Okay, bumped the day of the show. You know what, LillieAnne?
It's because of him.
We gonna let you. We gonna have you go.
Late that day, remember?
Come in.
Boldface lie.
And we gonna let this
get me like that.
other guy close.
But look at the longevity now.
That's right. But I still gotta remind. I still gotta remind. I still gotta remind.
It ain't happened again since.
It's hard for a woman out here in these streets.
So,
but anyway.
So you saying determination is like when I ask like what it take to be a good comedian on the show, I'm like for the crowd, for the atmosphere, for because a lot of comedians clam up when they see they're in front of the camera, or they see that they're in front of a ethnic crowd.
I can't really answer that question as a whole, but for me, my stuff is just real. I don't talk about anything that I haven't been through. Like I don't know how to make up a joke. Yeah. I know how to make stuff in my life that has happened. I can know how to make that funny. Yeah. But I don't write jokes. Like I can't sit down and write up a whole joke because I don't know how to make that entertaining. So that's just for me. So that's how I do it. Because I once heard a comedian say, "I'm not a good writer. I am a good storyteller. I know how to tell a story and I know how to make it funny. Because that's all I've been doing my entire life. I won my first talent show at 12 doing comedy because I didn't want to sing behind the girl that sung before me. Because she could blow. And I was like, no, I'm just going to make y'all laugh. Yeah. And I won. I was 12. I won $25 and a bag of candy. You could not have told me I hadn't won an enemy. I was a fat kid with a bag of candy. But anyway, I mean, that's all I can say about it. That's what it takes for me.
Okay. What about you, Geno? How you feel?
Well, the very most important thing is you got to be funny.
Yeah.
It don't matter about nothing else.
Yeah.
You could be late. You could be a pain in the ass. You could be a lot of things. But if you ain't funny, you ain't coming back. You might get one episode, but you ain't coming back.
Newsflash, if you're any of those, you ain't going to be on a rock comedy show. I can't stand dealing with unprofessional folk. Late.
He was looking at Izzy, not me.
Late, unprofessional.
They ain't talking about me. They talking about my evil twin.
We've been here since 5:30, y'all. I've been 5. I'm hungry.
I was here for 5.
I got on the
first person here.
Okay.
Just let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
She wasn't here before me.
Yes, she was.
I was in the car. You ain't know where I was at.
I know that.
He don't know me. He don't know me.
Came straight from work.
So all right. So now since we were talking about being late, going on right.
No, one eye got a turn.
I was going to go to one eye if y'all would have let the host man do his thing. All right. So one eye. Since they were just talking about professionalism with comedians and everything else like that, what do you feel like it takes for you to be a professional comedian? Because, you can be a funny comedian, you can be a comedian, but what about being a professional comedian, somebody that extra title?
Well, first of all, you got to be funny. That's the first part, being a comedian at first. Professional is know your stuff. Don't say, don't have your phone up there on stage. Don't pull no piece of paper out. We ain't ask you to read out loud. We ask you to tell some jokes. And what you say about being a good comedian on the rock comedy show, it's easy once you get up there. And he give you a way to, you bring your crowd with you. Bring a couple people. Hard to not be funny in front of your friends.
Mr.
You bring your crowd, you make more money, and you can be funny in front of them. They laugh loud. Laughter is contagious.
Okay. All right, that was some good insight for all you comedians out there. How to be a professional comedian. We're gonna go over to Mr. Rock. How you feel about what would you say a professional comedian is?
A professional comedian is someone who knows how to handle their business first and foremost. If you don't know how to handle your business, you can't get on any one stage. Meaning you got to be on time, you got to be punctual, you got to understand what you're doing. Most importantly, one of the things that I think most people tend to forget, they don't know how to read the room. I will never forget, I was just talking to Geno about this the other day, that people will get up there in front of an all-white audience or an all-black audience and tell all black jokes in front of an all-white audience and expect them to get it. And then vice versa, you get up there in front of an all-black audience and talk about all white jokes and what have you, expecting the black folks to get it. You got to be able to read the room. You got to be able to recognize the kind of environment that you're in. What we don't want to do, we learned from season one. Season one, we did have a comedian who was on the show, and I will say his name because I'm the owner. So Tyler, he had a really bad set. And it was sad, and no fingers got slammed in the piano because of it, because it should have happened. Who introduced Tyler to the Rock Comedy Show, said he was extremely funny. He was, oh man, he's hilarious. And he got up there, and there wasn't nobody in the room at that time, and he still kind of froze. And I believe he still has potential in him. However, he did not. Hey man, why are you talking while I'm talking? What's wrong with you? Man, nobody trying to hear that, man. I'm talking, man. Be quiet.
I gotta break the thing right here.
You gonna make me become that guy?
He keep trying to blame me. His mouth was just dry, and he was the whole goddamn video. He keep trying to blame me for Tyler. I didn't do nothing with Tyler. He was funny the first time I seen him, and then he got funny the second time. You ain't gonna sit there dry mouth. I'm sorry, continue.
It's defamation of character.
Definitely, but he has a lot of work to do on a comedic scene. And, it was just kind of hard for him to find his rhythm. Plus, he lost his train of thought while he was up there. And the worst thing you want to see is a comic get up there and say, what I want to talk about next, what I want to say next. You got no chemistry. You got no fluidness to your set. And as LillieAnne said, to her credit, you want to be able to get up there and tell great stories and then have great punchlines to go with it. One of the most wisest persons I've ever spoken to as a comedian was A.G. White. Like, he broke it down literally to a science. I was like, oh my goodness, he got that thing down to the nut, to the wire, to the bolt. And he was like, people who want to do this, they just do it just because, like rappers, they just want to be on the mic and be heard and hear themselves, being played back in their own car because it'll never make the radio. You understand what I'm saying? Some comics who don't take it seriously, open mic nights is where you want to be, and that's exactly where you want to stay. But trying to get in front of a real audience who actually pay money to come and see you, to say that I appreciate you putting time into this craft, that right there means you need to take it a lot more seriously. And I just think that a lot of people don't take it seriously, and it's the reason why they don't get the results from being a comedian that they're looking for. A lot of people like to grow. And with the Rock Comedy Show, we want to work with those who want to work with us. We want to not only keep it truthful, but keep it honest as well at the same time. A lot of people don't like to be honest about, their experiences either. So with that being said, if you're going to be a comedian, be a comedian because you're looking to drive upward, forward. And if you want to do that, the Rock Comedy Show is where you want to be. You know what I mean? We are doing extremely well. Our website gets well over 12,000 visitors a month. We're definitely doing our thing. And, we have a pretty decent following already. So we are dynamic in itself, and we're looking to align ourselves with other comics who are looking to be dynamic and great as well. And the Season 3 awards is just the first stepping stone of that, of recognizing greatness. And we got a couple finalists there who are actually going to be, who could be potentially receiving an award. So, you know what I mean? So that's my take on what it means to be a professional comic. You got to be total package. If you're still working and you're still developing or whatever the case may be, I get it. The Rock Comedy Show is not for you. It's about being professional, being ready. My competitors are, I'm trying to compete with Shaquille's All-Stars, comics. I'm trying to compete with Comic View and all the above. Those are my competitors. You know what I mean? My competitor is not the local bar down the street. I'm sorry. It's just not. You know, people are watching us all up and down the East Coast and across the country now, and the numbers are there, and the document is literally documented and it's proven to have working. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and I don't want to speed through anything, but I do want to get to the last these last two questions that I have before I got go get to my job. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get there though. But one of the next questions that I do want to ask is something that he already touched upon, which I'm going to bring back to LillieAnne and Geno, because you guys have actually done this. Well, one out you two, because you've been on the show as well. But I want to ask you guys, what do you guys see as one of the big benefits of being on the show? And be honest. Let people know, because there's been a lot of things that how do I say this? Naysayers, a lot of rumors, a lot of
haters.
Yeah, basically, haters on about the show. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So for people that especially a lot of these newer comics, because I do be out on the scene and so on and so forth. So I do see a lot of newer comics. I do see a lot of newer talent, but the newer talent only knows what they hear. So this is the first time that we can share or put out something other than the original narrative of the Rock Comedy Show. What would you guys say? And I'm gonna start with you, Geno. What would you say is one of the biggest benefits of being part of this show?
Probably the biggest benefit is exposure, I would imagine. But I'll just be honest. I like everything about it. From the very first season that I did, and I told Mr. Rock that I didn't even know him. Afterwards, he said, "Hey, you were really good. I want to have you back at season 2." And I said, "I'll come back anytime you want me to." Because I had so damn much fun, and there was about 8 or 10 people in that audience the first time.
When we first
started. But they were locked in.
Mm-hmm.
They were paying attention. It was fun as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time was a little bigger audience, just as fun. But then we went to the third season, and now we had a live audience, and there was 200 people in that room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was packed. Mm-hmm. And it was so damn much. I made money. Mm-hmm. I had a damn good time. And I got a damn good video. The video that they shot of me on that show, I used to get other shows.
Yeah.
When I enter I want to be in a festival, they all send a video. I send them the Raw Comedy Show video. Mm-hmm. And I got I got a shitload of work out of that. I'm working every weekend now. And so
that's what
exposure.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
It's exposure.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
about. So what about you, LillieAnne? What would you say is one of the biggest benefits to you?
Well, it's almost repeating what Geno said, so I don't need to say what he just said. But it also gave me an opportunity to do some of my own work. Mm-hmm. So I got a chance through the Rock Comedy to do my own one-woman show, sold out, packed to the walls, and I had videos. It was my birthday weekend, so
beautiful.
This is just opportunity for doing this. So yes, I've heard all the rumors. I'm friends with the people who are making the rumors or associates. I'm friends and associates with people. But here's my thing. You all know I say this all. I'm 54 years old. I ain't got the time to be in the middle of nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm all about my business and I'm all about my money.
Well, can I ask you this then? Have you gotten paid?
Yes, I've always gotten paid.
Geno, have you gotten paid? Have y'all done shows in front of a nice crowd?
Yes.
Have y'all gotten y'all videos?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so paid, nice crowd, and videos. Just want to put that out there. That's right there in the face, right there. Proof and
I've been asked by other comics, have you ever gotten paid? Because I didn't get paid. I've never had that experience. I've never had to wait for my money either, because I've been to plenty of shows where I've had to chase people down, but I've never had to wait for my and it's been told, oh, that's because Rock like you, Leon like you. Okay, well, even if that's the truth, then that's the truth. Like, I don't know what else to say. I believe he likes me because I'm about my business. I'm about the business of the show, and I'm about the business of what. So even on the shows, I can't show up because I got accused of using some same material. I still need to review the tapes on that, but anyway, so I didn't make the cut of the show. I mean, that's the reality of it. He said I used the same joke from another season. I'm not gonna air that portion of tape, and I was clean that day too. I was sharp, y'all. So anyway, so I'm just saying that that's the nature of the business. I mean, but then again, he edits all the tapes, and I've had all my tapes, even my one woman show. I have my tape, so I don't have that experience with him. So as a result, I'm gonna continue to do the business because, again, like Geno said, all the things, the exposure, the growth, or this, because in the midst of all of this, me appearing, I'm perfecting a craft. So in my perfection, I'm getting paid to perfect something. I'm getting the exposure to perfect what I love. I have a full-time job. That's not what I love. That's what I do.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to add on to what she said.
Before we do that, let me get over to one eye.
No, hold on, wait, because she sold herself short. No.
I got something specific for
hold
this.
on, man. Hold on. Hold tight.
He gonna ask me to host.
Hey. So
yeah, you see her?
So Lillian, I think she's being subtle with her response, and it's appreciated and noted. But Lillian, she's dynamic with her thinking. She has her merch ready. She has a relatable punchline with her merch that makes everybody want to buy her stuff. When she performed, when we moved to a live audience, she sold out of all of her merch. You know what I mean? She had her own solo show because she does great business. She has a great report. She lifts up the Rock Comedy Show, and the Rock Comedy Show lifts her up. And anytime she wants to make her own DVD to sell along with her merch, she contacts me and say, Mr. Rock, can you put all my sets together to put them all on one DVD? And it's done.
Yep.
She has access to resources too.
So that was what I was gonna say next. All right, what I was gonna say next to the both of you guys, and what I'm gonna add on to your question, One Eye, is the taping, because one of the other rumors that has been going on is you have to sign away the rights to your material.
I've never signed a now this is the first I've ever heard this.
I've never
signed. I've never ever.
Joke again.
I've never ever. Now, one of the rules, or one thing you have to qualify is you can't use the same jokes from season to season. Okay. Now, that's said from the door, which is why my set got caught. But again, I need to review those tapes. But anyway, so I'm just saying. Yeah, I need an instant replay.
She going to the
yellow flag. I need something. It's a red flag. Oh, red flag.
Challenge flag.
Challenge, right? But I obviously ain't do too bad. I'm still here. I'll be back. I'm still here. But I've never heard that. I've never signed a rights away. And I'm gonna interject this. I once had, people often ask me why I don't have a manager. I once had one. I had one that Leon knows this whole story because I told him all about it. I had a manager. I was doing really good. It's when I really first started doing live audience. I did a one-woman show. That was my third one-woman show. So that was my fourth DVD. So I mean, I think I'm doing some things here. Well, this person decided that she owned not only my material, but she owned me. So my very first one-woman show tape is being sold not by me. I've been contacted to get a copy of it. It's finally stopped because I had to get an attorney to write her a letter. It's ugly. So I know what it is to have somebody to claim your stuff. Yeah. I know just how that feels. She tried to claim my slogan, and y'all know I've been using I Ain't Skinny since back in the early 90s. Yeah. For all that to happen, so I know what that feels like, and I can tell you if I felt that from this organization, I'd have bowed out immediately because I know what that feels like. So that's never happened. I'm sorry that rumor's even out there, but it's never happened to me or any of the individuals at the table.
But all right, so One Eye, just so I can complete my questions right now, I'm gonna ask you the same question with the same ramifications, which is basically what benefits do you feel the Rock Comedy Show has done for you personally or just overall?
Well, personally, it's a great networking for me right now because I've done a lot of traveling since the Rock Comedy Show started. I've done a lot of traveling since the show started.
This fool. Put some bass in your voice.
Yeah, but I mean,
where have you traveled to?
I took a Greyhound to South Carolina. I'll never do that bullshit again.
I told you.
Never. I traveled 19 hours on the bus, and the first show there was 22 people there. It picked up after that, but that shit was crazy. I'm like, I did not come all this way to perform in front of 22 people. That's church, you know. I still got my money, and I sold 20 shirts that show.
So only 2 people walked out without shirts.
Yeah, because I didn't have their size. They were some big. You know, there was some big ones. Like this girl was like, "Damn, she gonna fit a 3X." I'm like, "Whoa, take 2 3X, put one on each shirt."
Look at Lily. Lily's about what you mean?
She breastfed the whole state. Anyway, yeah. And all about that contract shit, we don't want that whack material y'all be putting out there. People who saying that this shit ain't good enough for us to hold for real. That's just my personal speaking, okay? That's my personal speaking. You don't want to do the show, don't do it. Don't lie on us. Say something true.
And
Say something true. Rumors are started by jealous people. And if you ain't doing something, they ain't gonna. We got haters because we out here working. Homeless people don't have haters. Workers do. Don't forget that.
okay, so for me personally, and this is a subject that I would like to touch upon before I have to go. Like I said, I'm already late. You know what I'm saying? But they love me there. So, anywho.
Yeah, because I can't take care of you.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I was so going to ask. I rub feet, back, all that. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, what I was saying, though, about this situation, about the scenario. First off, what the Rock Comedy Show has done for me personally is amped up. Well, I'm the host, so obviously I do so much time compared to everybody else all the time that I have to try to make up something, try to get something out of my head. So just off of the challenge, because a lot of comedians, open mic is not a challenge. I want to tell you that again, the other camera. Open mic is not a challenge. You doing an open mic does not even really truly qualify you as a comedian. Because as you do that comedy at that open mic, nobody remembers your name. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows what you're doing here. All they know is that light skin, that white guy, that white woman, that black guy. All they know is that until you make one person laugh and then they say they like you and then it's over. So like I said, it is a challenge because now what I do on this show or what I do in this situation is I do my set and I do whatever, and then now people know who I am. People want to come, or people want to, they be like, oh, I seen you here. You know what I mean? So now people know my name. People know who I am. People know my face, you know, compared to just doing open mics. Just doing open mics does not get people to know your face. You have to do shows. You have to do material. And then on top of that, you're in front of a crowd. And a lot of times in the Rock Comedy Show crowd is better people. You know what I mean? It's a harder crowd. You know what I mean? So you have to go up there and do your thing. You can't go up there with the notebook like they said. You can't go up there with the phone. You can't, you know, and so on and so forth, or not have material because they won't laugh. They won't. There's times where I've said things and they did not laugh. I was like, damn, that one ain't funny. I know I'm all right. I'm gonna push the next one to the side. If my man right here at the camera ain't laughing, he ain't smiled at least one time right here, I know that joke wasn't funny. You know what I mean? So I gotta switch it up. So the challenge of continuing to perfect my craft is one thing that I can say the Rock Comedy Show has done for me that is separate from, you know, well, it's the same thing for you guys, but like it's just specifically for me, like the challenge. And then as far as the rumors, I would really appreciate if they stop. I really would, because it's the thing. You know, I'm like baby Jesus in here. Like, I love everybody in the scene. Yeah, you know, I love and everybody know I love everybody in the scene, but y'all gotta stop that.
Can I just say this? And I said it, me and one I've discussed it, I've said it to Lee. And one I actually brought the quote to mind, made up the quote. You don't see Pepsi worried about Faygo. Pepsi gonna produce what they produce. They don't care what no other pop is on the market. Mm-hmm. I can't spend no time on rumors. I got stuff I got to do.
Oh, yeah.
But rumors are going to come. So to say, hey, stop the rumors. But see, when the rumors stop, then they ain't think about you.
No more. Yep.
They ain't.
I understand that. But it's the people that I know. Like we ain't going into the
which
situation.
I understand
but
that. I
don't
don't want. Here's what I want the 4 comics at this table to do. Only upward. We ain't got time to ponder on rumors. And I mean, really, I don't have time. I can be sitting in a room with a bunch of stuff going on, and there's people out there that know this about me. A bunch of stuff could be going on. Y'all be, Lil, you see that? Because I'm not paying attention. Truth, why not tell you? All kind of stuff could be happening. Y'all be, Lil, you ain't hear that?
Not a thing.
Because I'm all about my business.
Yeah.
I'm all about getting it done. I'm all about supporting people. And I know people think I should come out more and do more and do. First of all, I'm old. I got a full-time job and I got a whole life.
Yeah.
So I can't come to everything. I can't be at everything. And just because I'm not seeing you every week don't mean I'm not supporting what you do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be at the Improv every time a comic come into town.
Yeah.
There's one thing about being thirsty, but there's one thing about being hungry. I'm hungry. I'm not thirsty. So I'm hungry about what has to go on. So don't worry about a rumor. I don't think this group need to worry about no rumors at all.
Man, I don't think we have to worry about it at all either.
And don't even ponder on it. Because we Pepsi. We can't worry about Fago.
Right. Fuck Fago.
We just can't. We can't worry.
Can I say that
and
on
they ain't
camera?
even got to keep coming.
Fuck
Just
Fago?
Just we can't even. No.
I don't think I got a sponsorship.
No, we don't have a sponsorship. I'm just saying, you don't see one item worried about the next item.
Yeah, definitely worry about our time.
I wish everybody the best. Do your thing. But LillieAnne's hungry about what has to be done. I just think whatever time it takes me to get whatever and all that, Lil, he paid you, but he don't pay nobody else. Guess what? I can't argue that because I get paid. I don't know why. And why would you do something for somebody you're supposed to get paid and not stay in there and get your money?
And fill out another application.
So
after you say you didn't get paid, you still want to come back and then do something for free. But anyway, keep the rumors coming because I'm just going to motivate us.
No, so
push us up, raise us higher. Keep building them rock because we want to climb out the hole again and be great.
So my whole reasoning for this is not necessarily to address the people that has started it, because like you said, Pepsi, they're Fago, it's cool. You know what I mean? My thing is for the newer comics. Every newer comic that's here, the reason why I say what I say and the reason why I do what I do is just so you guys can know there's two testaments here. You got Geno right here, you got LillieAnne here, you got One Eye here. Most of y'all don't know who One Eye is because One Eye definitely don't come out nowhere. This nigga be sleep by 7. I'm surprised he's still up.
He out more than me.
I don't be sleep, but there's no waste my time.
No, that eye be closed. If he closed the other eye, he sleep.
He said that.
He sleep.
And I have a life.
He blinking.
Play school all day.
Excuse me, sir. Be professional. All right. But
I wanted to say something to that effect. I began to see something in the new year of 2023. One thing that I learned. Okay, appreciate you. One thing that I learned, because we're gonna talk about the finalists next for the award ceremony for season 3. One thing that I learned is that the difference between the Rock Comedy Show and an open mic is that, let's be honest. Let's be honest about something. It's open mics, you don't get paid. Am I right or am I wrong?
That's correct.
Open mics, you don't get paid.
Don't make it dime.
So in an open mic situation, not only do you not get paid, but with the Rock Comedy Show, you get paid a minimum of $50 to do 15 minutes. And on your real day job, you don't even make that in an hour. Come on, man. Seriously. The good news about the comics that are up here with me and the comics that are on the Rock Comedy Show is that I believe in them. That's the reason why I keep bringing them back. And the Rock Comedy Show, we are building a network. We are now networking with New York and Baltimore, and we're working on getting some things done in Vegas. Like, that's already been done. The reason why the season 4 is called the Parkway is because the Rock Comedy Show is starting to become the main vessel in this area. My biggest competitor in this area is the Improv. And it's not hard to be a competitor with them. They slam the door on local comics and open up the door to everyone else. I don't. And I just wanted to show the local comics an opportunity. But if you're going to come to this opportunity, there's a standard. And we look to uphold that standard. Being professional, being on time. Everybody gets paid. So, whatever. If you didn't get paid, I don't know what you was drinking that night, but too many of y'all be coming on stage hammered anyway. And I think y'all wake up the next day and don't remember what happened. You know what I mean? So, and I've said that too. It's one of the things that we're doing differently about season 4, where we're asking everybody not to get wasted before they get up on stage. And we've seen some sets where people tried to be funny, but they were so high, they didn't even know what they was doing. You know what I mean? Until I showed them the copy of their footage in their set. You know what I mean? So But it's once again, it's just being professional. I understand you're gonna have a drink or what have you. You know your limits. Whatever you're gonna do is what you're gonna do. But if you come in there so blown and out of your mind, you know what I mean. You got an attention span. You got a better chance of doing a better job snorting coke.
Okay, and now that we've had the drug and alcohol section of the podcast.
Intervention. But it's a show. It's not a podcast. It's a show. We got it on all the platforms.
It's a show. It's a show. I'm sorry. We live.
Yeah, we live.
Oh, we live.
You know what I mean? So
y'all can't edit.
But
get my posture together.
But the key thing that we have to understand is that everybody that comes on the Rock Comedy Show is paid and compensated. If you're a return person, sometimes we up it because we respect you, we see what you're doing and all the above, and we want to let you know that we cherish you. But there have been people who've literally tried to show their ungratefulness. Because to make the video, the professional clips that are given to you guys, costs about $3,500 to make. That's what I charge to do those things, because it takes a long time to edit, from audio to video to graphics to all the above. And I give it to comics. Now for season 4, you got to sell these 20 tickets. Show me you serious before I even entertain that. The paperwork that people sign, the paperwork is for the video footage. I'm trying to get this video footage on TV and that as well. And I got to have waivers signed in order for you to be on TV. That's what the paperwork's for. It's not for your jokes or your material. What am I going to do with telling your jokes and your material? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Well, my whole thing is, just read before you sign. And again, I know this is live and whatever, and I've discussed this with the folks at this table minus Geno, because me and Geno don't talk every day. We have to probably change that. We need to talk a little more often. But anyway, one of the things I said is that this needs to be the last time we ponder here. If that's how you feel, that's fine. If you want to, spread rumors or tell your truth, because a lot of people believe that's their truth, that's all fine and good too. But when you start trying to hinder somebody's progress, growth, progression, then that becomes the problem for that person. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do things. Because of the rock comedy, I got a gig to open up for Bill Bellamy back in July, and it was because of a clip they saw from one of the rock comedies, flat out and period. When I got the call, I asked what they saw. They told me it was a clip from, I think, season 2. And I'm like, okay, great. I instantly called Rock, like, hey, Rock, people are watching this clip. I just got a call. So, that is what it is. I'm speechless to the point, because it's almost like I'm in the big sister role. Like, just forget it. I've been yelling at Rock, like, forget them, man. Let them go. Forget it. So, it's just how it goes. And I would say to anybody who wants to, trust it for yourself. You taking other people's word. Just trust the process for yourself. That's all I can tell you. So for people like, oh, Lil, he only paying you. Oh, Lil, he likes you. Oh, Lil. I don't know if I just put myself into a likable position. I don't understand. I don't know what happened, but I'm hungry for what I do. So that's all I can say. Yeah, I had to sign disclosures papers when I opened up for Bill Bellamy. It's no different nowhere else. Like, no matter where I go, if something's being taped and they're planning on airing it, I have to sign off that I'm giving them permission to air my stuff. That's just how it goes. I said, but the other thing is, read the contract. People good for, where you want me to sign? No, read it. See what it actually say. Just read it, and it clearly states it's for airing purposes only. Flat on period. It's no different than when I have a gig and I send the people a contract. I only operate by contracts. So read the contract, sign off on it. So that's just how it goes. I'll do a show in front of 5 people. I'll do a show in front of 500. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to practice my craft, and I'm going to keep it moving. That's just my motto. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'm hungry.
So we're going to talk about the finalists for the season 3 awards. And for the season 3 awards, we're going to have a few awards there, but one of the 2 biggest awards is going to be season 3's best comic and best comic runner-up. All the big casinos and that do that. I said, you know what? I love that. We're going to do the same thing. And the votes for best comic for season 3 have been enormous. There's a ton of folks. Here are the finalists. So far, here's what I've seen. Votes for Asher O'Brien.
Good job, Asher.
Votes for Geno Quigley. He has quite a bit in the building for sure.
Why do you vote for anything? In the election, they coming out to vote.
So there's votes.
Geno, say what's on your mind.
I can't.
You know what I mean? So there's votes for Jimmy Giles.
Jimmy
Giles is in there as a finalist. There's votes for One Eye. There's votes for LillieAnne Cannon, and I've seen a few other sprinkles here and there. So we are going to award those accolades there on that day, January 28th, right at the very end of the show when Howard G is done doing his set, who was ready to come and light it up on fire from Baltimore. I encourage everyone, it's still not too late to vote for your best comic, but out of the finalists, you know what I mean, let's do some predictions here, okay? Who do you see being a great fit to be the best comic for season 3? And all of y'all are on it, so we know everybody's gonna have a
Who
different.
don't vote for themselves?
Let's see.
First for myself.
So let's see.
But see, there needs see.
Okay, so okay. Well, let's start with this. Who would you think would make the best runner-up?
Anybody but me. I really enjoyed their two sets. Like, any three of.
Anybody but me.
Because I'm not a runner-up. I don't want to be number 2. I'd rather not be in the playoffs than lose the Super Bowl. No chance. Go get blew out in the Super Bowl. Who does that?
I'm slamming the table, man.
Stop slamming. You ain't allowed to slam the table.
No, sir.
Slam on the table.
In the beginning.
I was in the bathroom when the rules came out. I apologize. I'm going to keep my hands under the table. But I wouldn't mind losing to either one of these two because they're both very professional, very funny comedians.
That's huge. Geno's season 3 performance to the music was very bold.
His rap album is coming out next week.
Think when you look at me, you just think rap.
It was very
Eminem's
bold.
granddaddy.
He was the only person who actually did a transformation on stage and pulled it off. He put on a coat, threw on a hat. You know what I'm saying? Pulled down the pants a little bit, and I was like, "Wow, he really did that," and he pulled it off. You know what I mean? So I thought your performance was spectacular in itself.
Thank you.
We forgot to mention at the beginning.
Who?
Jay Cooper. We
Jay
didn't say
Cooper.
his name as being part of
Oh, Jay Cooper was part of
Jay
season
Cooper,
3.
you did a
Now,
great job if you're watching this.
Jay Cooper surprised me. You know, he was part of a show that we did a double, back to back, and I said, okay, we're not gonna have the same people here both nights, so don't overwork yourself. Just do the same jokes that you did on Friday. Do them on Saturday. He did 2 completely different sets.
Great job, Jay.
You know, so I didn't understand why he did that. And he wasn't alone. There was a couple people who did that. I'm like, really?
I did it.
You know what I mean? I'm like, just do the same set. That's all you gotta do. Why overextend yourself? Save some of that other funny for somewhere else or for another time. You can want to rock comedy show. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you like LillieAnne said, if you do one set and repeat that same set again in the future.
Again, I need some.
She's still pissed.
Let's go to the booth.
She's still pissed off.
But Jay Cooper, the set that he did singing about the Usher remix song, what have you, I thought it was pretty clever. You know what I mean? It was actually pretty good. So he's been a member of the Rock Comedy Show all 3 seasons. You know what I mean? And I think did we send him an invite for the 4th?
Not yet. He's not on one of the scheduled shows, but he will be.
Okay. You know what I mean? So there you have it with Jay Cooper. You know, his performance was pretty cool, and and pretty clever as well, especially with the singing part, which I thought was pretty bold. Not everyone's willing to do those kinds of things when they're on stage. They just want to tell jokes. They don't want to come outside the comfort zone. And what I saw there with you, Geno, and with Jay Cooper, I definitely came outside your comfort zone, and I want to commend you on that.
Also, we forgot to mention my homie Peaches. You did a great job, Peaches.
Now, he mentioned Peaches. Peaches is a strong performer. What I learned about Peaches is that Peaches she won't have a set. She'll just go right off the top of her head. That's risky, but she pulls it off. She pulls it off every single time. I'm like, yo, that was pretty clever. Then she'll come up to me and say, how do I do it? I'm like, yo, you did pretty good. Good stuff. You know what I mean? And one time she was just so. Well, the one set that she did was a season 2 when she was wearing a suit. Talking about, she had to be Spider-Man climbing up the wall on the projects and what have you. She fell. Like, I was just like, that was just, it was genius. It was just genius, So I think Peaches has a strong potential and strong future as well as a comic. And my goal is to see you guys go so big that, when it comes time to doing an arena or something here, that you'll be always willing to come back for me. That's all I really care about. Geno's selling out arenas. LillieAnne selling out arenas. Yeah, I got them both on the lineup. You know what I'm saying? They coming back. Well, the Rock Comedy Show is where that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for. You also made it to the Premiere Comics page. Comics who have been uplifting the Rock Comedy Show, doing their part, selling to. I'm working on it. It's almost done. It's almost done.
Check every couple hours.
I just got his bio like last night.
Every couple hours. Where am I at?
I added, so he's on there. He'll be on there. Sorry. One Eye's on there. Izzy's on there. LillieAnne's on there as well. And these are Premiere Comics. These are comics that we help, that we want to do what we can to help get them shows in other places as well. When New York is looking for a show, I even was in Atlantic City recently, and we're trying to do some business out there. And I wanted to see you guys be able to be on casinos and all the above. And so, I had a part in that. That's all I care to say. I don't want nothing from it. If you care to donate 5% back to me, I'll put it to charity or something. Or buy me a sandwich or something. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I don't care what you got, 5%.
You know what I mean?
VIP pass for you.
Yeah, that's fine too.
I got 5% when we do Brooklyn next month, boss man.
I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? I just want to help people grow, and when I need you, that you're able to be there for me when we need you to get on the stage and tear it up.
And answer the phone, or he gets really
answer
upset.
The phone. Answer the phone is a big deal. Some people don't answer the phone even when it's
He
sitting
hates
right next
the red button. When you
the ignore button.
decline the call.
My phone will tell me if you forward me the voicemail and all the above.
Well, listen. I'll call you back.
But the
he won't answer. He'll red button you back, then call you back. He's petty like that.
So this is true. This is true. This is true. This is very true. So with that being said, so we have finalists here, and we're going to start posting the pictures on the website and the Facebook page and that of the comics who are finalists. And all I can say is, if you're not there, you're not getting an award. So get your ticket. Make sure you're there. And we have some other awards to give away as well.
Best dressed eye patch.
I wonder who's going to win now.
She don't wear an eye patch. And she got 2 eyes. I'm going to sue her for that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was a good one, man. You don't make me go to the bathroom right there. Oh, that was a good one. But who would make a great comic? The top 2 comic. I think Chevy did a hell of a job.
Chevy did a great job.
Chevy
opened up season 3 and murdered it.
He just
brought his family down, limped up to the stage.
That boy right there, he's super talented.
I can't.
Uh-oh.
Y'all didn't hear him?
What'd he say? Uh-oh. The microphone definitely got him. His microphone got it. Everybody's family down, limped up to the stage. This is cold, man. Chevy will get him. Chevy will get him. I'm sure he will. You know, I think Chevy was had an outstanding performance. He stood out amongst the folks who are here. Who else was who stood out greatly for season 3?
Terry Jones did a hell of a job.
Terry was. I've seen Terry. I've known Terry for years, so I know what Terry can really do. I think Terry was just like, I'm here type deal. You know what I'm saying? And he just did his part and got up out of there. But when Terry want to go in, the boy's gifted. The impressions that he do are like, oh wow.
Hey, I lost the comedy competition. You can't beat Shrek. I don't care how funny you are, you can't beat the donkey.
But you know, so he you know, Terry Jones is a very gifted, very talented individual, but he's been doing it so long, he's on his way out. He said he's gonna be hanging it up pretty soon.
Ed Bailey did a great job to me.
Ed Bailey
murdered
that walking bow-legged piece. Oh man.
Nah,
I have to take my red flag back. It seems like he remembers all the shows.
yeah, he knows it all, Lil.
I'm telling you.
I already threw it.
Yeah, lost the
You
time
lost
out.
the time out.
We're going with
I'm telling you,
the call on the field stands, and LillieAnne lost the time
when
out.
we're on that, when our camera guys and us at the production table are looking through those lenses and listening through those headphones, we hear everything that you do, and if it sounds familiar, we catch it.
That's
You know what I mean?
Like
For example, the previous season, Marcus Martin did a great job, but the second half of his set was similar material from before. You know what I mean? So it's like,
When we say similar, we mean same.
We cut it right away. I was like, oh man, that's all good. He's like, oh, did I do that last time? It was just an honest mistake. It was all good. You know what I mean? But we know Marcus Martin is funny. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if y'all never got to see that outfit, so I'm weird again.
There you go. So, you know, Lil, you have a solo project that's been done. When do you plan to release it?
Okay, so y'all know I'm extra. I don't want to just release it. I don't want to say, hey, just meet me back where we taped it and let's show it. No, I want to premiere it as a movie setting. So in doing that, we are working on.
We're going past Waterworks now.
Okay, well that's why we're working on obtaining a theater style seating so we can show it, because I want people to come. I said, don't worry, my dad has asked me numerous times when I'm going to see the finished product. So that's what we're working on. And here's the thing, guys. When it came down to time, I want to be respectful of people's time and their money. And it was right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas when we were trying to do it before Thanksgiving. It didn't work out. We kind of pulled something together that could have came together in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it was like, Rock, no. It's the holidays. Let people do what they gotta do.
Next month it works.
So yeah, we're gonna work on some stuff within the next, I would say within the next 60 days it's gonna be pulled off. And yes, there's gonna be tickets because I have to pay the venue. Like most of the time when I do my one woman stuff, I don't come out with a profit. I repeat, you're not paying my mortgage. But I have to pay the venue. I have to pay the people who helped. One Eye has worked with me on my one woman shows, and he's gotten paid. Like, you gotta pay the people. So I can't be part of something that's not paying back to that. But okay, I'm off of it now. But what I'm saying is, so when we get that all finished and tapes done, DVDs will be ready. I have shirts. Me and a relative are working on a new concept for the shirt, still with the Iron Skinny. That's never going nowhere, but just a different look to it. So we'll have some DVDs. I'll also have some mugs, and we're working on some other material. One Eye and Leon are already biting off my flash drives.
So
I got some. So it's just
it's hard.
just what, you know, what I'm working on. So hopefully within the next month or two, we will have it done. Leon wants to do this right away, as you just heard him. He's like, next month will work. You know, we at the middle of January. So we'll put it together and we'll pull it together, and it'll be done with excellence as I've done other things. So hopefully you'll be out there. People will buy tickets and we'll all straighten out. It'll be a fun time had by all. Because you know my motto, hashtag one joke closer. And what I mean by that when I sign off on one joke closer is it only takes one ear to hear that one joke, and you're on to the races. You need a race.
So speaking of movie theaters, me and A.G. White from New York, he was sharing with me some blueprints and some ideas that were actually pretty cool and nifty, and I'm really considering taking some of his advice. And he said, we might start doing some shows in movie theaters.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So they're doing it out west and what have you, where they're actually doing an actual full-blown comedy show in the movie theater. The setting's there, the screen is there, the seating is there, the food, snacks, and all the above are there. So,
well, that's the concept that I'm looking forward to premiere the DVD, is to have it in a movie theater setting. So just like the popcorn, the candy, sit down. The editing, of course, is fantastic. So let's get down. Since I didn't really get to see myself, I'd like to see it myself.
Sure. I mean, it's been done.
I know.
We just waiting.
Waiting on you.
Yeah, we waiting on you. I wanted it to be an awe moment in front of the big screen.
Yes.
When you see it.
Well, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yeah. So so once again, if you're a comic that's always selling a ton of tickets to the Rock Comedy Show, supporting us to bring your fans to merge markets, we want to do a special for you as well.
Thank you.
But you have to be able to fill the room. That's you all by yourself. So the room holds 125, 150 people. Can you fill it up? Lillian filled it up. One Eye filled it up. You know what I mean? The next special that we do with a comic that is elevating the Rock Comedy Show and we're elevating them, you have to be able to fill up the room. That's the most important part. You got to remember that, because the numbers definitely tell a story. You can be as funny as ever, but if only 2 people are following you and coming to see you, you're not marketing yourself well, people don't know you, they're not familiar with you, you're farting and walking right past people and they don't even smell you. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, true. Because anybody that fart, you should be able to like, you know what I mean? Like you're impacted in some kind of way, form or fashion. And if you're not impacted, it is what it is. Am I right or am I wrong? So, but as far as runner-ups go and what have you, I think there's a lot of great comics there, but you have to vote for that comic. So it's not too late. There's still time left to vote. Go to therockcomedyshow.com and vote. If you're coming to see whoever get their award, make sure that you get a ticket. You can get one from any of the individuals here. Geno, Izzy, One Eye, LillieAnne. You can get tickets from them. You can get it from me as well. But I prefer that they get the credit for it. Because once again, everybody gets paid. So with that said, I want to thank everyone for coming. This is the Rock Comedy Show Road to Season 3 Awards, and we're going to have these awards every year. And we're going to have an induction into the Rock Comedy Show Hall of Fame. So that's going to be happening as well. So if you are a part of what we do, remember, it's the Parkway. You're either on it or you're not. And if you're not, as the Parkway theme goes, you're in one of the neighborhoods, and that's all you're getting. But if you want to get from this end to the next end, it's best to always take the Parkway if you want to get there quicker. Metaphor.
That was deep.
Unless there's a traffic jam.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Accident at the exit. Then you go through town.
We out. Thank you so much for joining us.